Good evening, everybody. It's 9:30 on the East Coast, 6:30 on the West Coast. On a Monday, it must mean it's time for your semi-weekly Calamity Jane live stream. This is Eric here. We got James with me. James, how are you doing on this early summer evening here in Atlanta?
Doing great over here in LA. Welcome anybody who happens to come across our strange
Yeah,
stream where Eric and
live
I hang.
or watching it after the fact. Yes.
Yeah, this is where Eric and I hang out, and we have our cartoon show we work on, which is this Calamity Jane show, where I do live animation while Eric and I talk video games, and we talk about Eric's writer's room for Calamity Jane,
Hmm.
and discuss anything entertainment wise for the most part. But tonight's entertainment was had a tragic beginning because
Yes.
we've lost some
Yes.
entertainment stuff of sorts from a couple weeks back. Some of the files seems to be corrupted, so we had a late start tonight. Whatever, we're here now.
Yeah, we're a
So
little bit late, unfortunately, because of technology just absolutely, quite frankly, shitting the bed. There's no other way
yeah,
to describe it.
yeah, it is the perfect description. Again, out of the writer's room and
Yeah,
into our screens. This
that's
is
right.
exactly the descriptor we needed.
That's right.
But yeah, that's what that's where we're at. But yeah, I mean, I'll share my screen and I found a scene to work on tonight, but I'm going to be very tepid with it because I don't know if I trust cloud saving, but let's give it a shot, I guess.
I mean, could you save it locally and then copy and paste it over to
That's
pCloud or
that's what I might start doing from now
yeah,
on. Yeah, yeah. But anywho, I'll go into sharing tonight and
okay.
I'll discuss what we got going on tonight, which is we'll go here. We'll do a mayor scene. Let me
Mm-hmm.
scroll over to that section. Yeah. So I'll start working on this stuff and work on his lip flaps and stuff like that and start animating some stuff for mayor. We'll kind of go back and forth and I'll do some homework on how to recover previous work that we've lost a couple hours worth of work of hanging out. But pretty much the Sally stuff from a couple weeks back is missing, and I don't know
Mm-hmm.
where it's at. It's not in the empty key. It's just empty keyframes. I'm not sure why. However, the last week's stuff that we worked on is there.
Okay.
So
I mean,
I
it's
guess the
something at
magic of
least. Yeah. I
yeah, at
mean,
least we have something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I think Eric, what you're suggesting, which is I'll save locally, then drag it to P Cloud, might be the way to go. It's a little bit more of a hassle in a sense, only because but it's also probably not a bad thing to have, duplicity, and having it
Yeah.
kind of exist on an actual drive and then
Yeah. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
be fully trusting to P Cloud. But yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm a little bit grumpy about that. But oh well, whatever. We'll
Yeah.
we'll jump
Yeah.
into
I
doing
uh,
mayor stuff tonight.
I am that paranoid. I use Dropbox, but I have the desktop client, so I keep it locally and online. So like even if my Dropbox shits the bed,
Hmm.
I still have the local version. That's how paranoid I am. So I keep
Yeah.
every file that I own in at least two spots.
Yeah. Normally I do that, but I think I've been so enamored with P Cloud. And again, is maybe there's still a way to recover it
Yeah,
that I
maybe.
thought, wow, finally there's a piece of software that works pretty much the way exactly I wanted it to work. And then lo and behold,
Yeah, yeah.
a couple of hours worth of stuff gone. Oh well, it happens. This is the nature of doing stuff on computers. So anywho, to change gears a little bit, yeah, I mean, we have been semi, well, bi-weekly, whatever lately, because between us both, we've been traveling and
Yeah.
going all over the place, So this time it was my turn. And I went out of town with Amita and the family to go do a little bit of a hiking trip out in southern Utah. Had a pretty good time, except for the fact that I had terrible allergies, but I'm slowly recovering and found some seasonal stuff that I'll send your way too through a text and see if you need it, because I
Yeah,
think
for
you're kind of
sure. Yeah.
suffering from stuff too.
Oh yeah, we've got
Um,
the green storm. I don't know. It's called something here in Atlanta, but basically all of the trees drop all of their pollen at the same time and the whole city turns this weird lime greenish color and it's just
yeah,
this pollen everywhere and it's the worst and it's like gets everywhere. I remember when Penny was still alive, when I would take her to, out to potty during this part of the season, we'd come back inside and her for months her paws would be green from all the pollen just
wow.
getting all over them. Yeah.
And that's a Georgia thing.
I don't know if it's just Georgia, but it's definitely a Georgia thing. I mean, it could happen elsewhere, but the only place I've lived that I've seen anything like it is Georgia. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Being raised in Utah, I don't remember ever having green soles on my feet or on the dog's feet
Yeah.
that were in my
Yeah.
life over there. And here in LA, same. So that's crazy. I do know the pollen count is high according to weather.com for
Yeah.
trees. So I
Okay.
know for sure
Okay.
I am definitely allergic to trees in multiple states,
Stupid trees.
So
We should just cut them all down.
I know it's almost like that weird M Night. It was the M Night Shyamalan movie about
The
vilifying
Happening.
trees, that the happening, or as
Yes.
some people
Yes.
call it, the crappening, and depending
I
on how
mean,
much.
it was not a good movie.
Yeah, as the thing is, as we kind of slowly roll into entertainment talk now that we're away from
Yeah. Yeah.
pollinization, hopefully. But it is funny how much I can't think of many directors that can really ride the wave of that first movie that they do. I guess they had such
I
an
mean,
impact culturally, right?
I
Sixth
would
Sense
argue it's
still,
the first three. I mean, Signs,
yeah.
classic, Unbreakable. I think comic book geeks and comic book geek adjacent people really like Unbreakable, and then
Hmm.
Signs, despite sort of its idiocy with the whole. Why would an alien species that's allergic to water try to colonize a planet that's 75% water?
Yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
know, but so suffice it to say, I think that it was like a great thriller, even if the logic behind it doesn't hold water. Oh yeah.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Um, but yeah, then the village and the lady in the water and the happening, and I mean the Avatar, the last Airbender movie, and um, I mean, just the list goes on and on. Now, he's sort of weird. Like he's like Jerry Lewis. People love him in France. The French think M Night Shyamalan is a genius.
Uh-huh.
Which is so weird to me because the French, once upon a time, used to make really good movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're known for being artsy fartsy over there
I
for sure.
mean, Jean-Luc
You'd think they'd have a
Godard.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, at the very least, and oh, I'm too old to remember all the French New Wave directors anymore. I'm
Hmm.
not in my 20s studying movies anymore, so I can't remember them all.
But we'll take your word for it. There's
Yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of good artists, directors that come from that country, and you think they'd have developed a cultural taste and snobbery for really good movies. But no, they could be just as bad as us.
oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. I mean, he did do Split, which people seem to like somewhat, and I think
So
people liked it less when they realized that it was a backdoor sequel to Unbreakable.
see, that's why I liked it. I can't remember the last
Yeah,
time we talked about this or not. Like I saw Split and I was pleasantly surprised to know, oh, this is the same universe as
right,
Unbreakable.
right,
That's
right,
really
right.
cool. I like that. Personally, I thought that was I'll that whole is there a trilogy for those or is it just
Yeah,
two?
the
I can't
third
remember
one
now.
was called Glass, and it
Glass.
was yeah,
Okay.
and it was sort of like the final encounter between uh Samuel Jackson's character and James McAvoy's character and
So
Bruce
this
Willis's
is
character.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that trilogy. I mean, the first one I think is still the best one, but
Yeah.
Split was really neat too. I really enjoyed Split. I think James McAvoy is a great actor anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
agreed.
thought he really brought a lot to the role. And isn't that it is also this that was like the one of the first roles I think for
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like one
yeah.
of her first roles too.
Yeah, it was really early. It
So
was like not long after The Witch, I believe.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, really good. Really enjoyed those movies. But yeah, so he has some almost hits again, but nothing to me tops The Sixth Sense. His
Oh
first
yeah.
movie, really kind of broke out of the scene, and it was just yeah, it was just something else. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else he did this TV show on Apple TV Plus called Servant. I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
recommend it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me too much.
Yeah, it's just it starts out terrific and it has all that creepy vibe stuff that you need, that you kind of expect from him now. But it's almost like I almost feel like he's kind of put himself in a box because now people always expect something from him, like some sort of
Hmm.
weird twist or whatever. Yeah, that one, as much as as much as I wanted to like it, it was just kind of fell apart towards the end. Then you end up just watching it because you've invested time into it that you need to keep watching it, and it's already too late.
You
I
need
don't have the
to,
same. I
yeah.
know I don't have your superpower is the ability to eject. I can't do it as easily as you. I wish I could.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mercifully didn't get started on it, so I don't have to even use that superpower. I mean, Unbreakable is still a classic. I don't think anybody would ever take that away. No one would try to like retcon that being a bad movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen people try to retcon Signs being a bad movie, and it's just like, okay, with the perspective of like 20 years, sure, you can go back and you can nitpick it and all of this other stuff, but come on, man. Like, everybody saw Signs and everybody loved it and everybody thought it was creepy as hell, and no one was pointing out the stupidity of the aliens. And so I tend to fall down on the side of Signs was a good movie still. I don't care if it I've watched great movies that don't make any goddamn sense, and you expect me to like vilify a movie because the conceit of the alien invasion doesn't make any sense. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so for me, I did not like Signs. I wanted to. It was like the
Yeah.
same thing, like the same thing with Servant, his TV show, or like that. That one kind of fell apart for me towards the end. The water thing did bother me. It just it again, the creepy bite was so good at the beginning. The first build up for the movie was terrific.
Yeah.
He's so talented at the build up, but the ending just was disappointing to me for that one. I actually liked The Village more than I liked Signs. I thought
Oof,
the
hard
Village
disagree.
is I know, yeah. So we probably
Oof.
do disagree on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Village a lot more than I like than Signs, for whatever reason. Yeah, I found it kind of interesting to see the cultish type of stuff going on in the middle of the forest. Is James Cromwell the main guy in The Village? I can't
No, I thought
recall.
it was what's his fell's
In William Hurt?
yeah, William Hurt. Yeah.
Sorry, I get them. Both tall and lanky, so I always kind of get them mixed up.
Yeah, William Hurt, not
Yeah,
James Cromwell. Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, either both of them are great actors.
Oh
So,
yeah, sure.
um, yeah. I just enjoyed the backstory for the village. I found it more creepy, and fun. I guess it didn't really break immersion for me as much as Signs, because as soon as I saw the water was a thing, that was was
Right, right, right.
the ultimate sword to defeat the bad guy enemy. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then I just kind of then I started just rolling my eyes after that.
Yeah, yeah.
What didn't you like about the village?
Um I uh just all of it. Like, I
Oh man.
can't, there's not like a single piece. Like, the idea that it sort of implies that Adrian Brody's character is bad simply by virtue of the fact that he's mentally disabled kind of bothered me. The I'm not all that interested in pilgrims, and I didn't really like, I remember watching the whole movie thinking these people are remarkably contemporary for
Mhm,
the 1600s, and then of course, whatever, we're past the point of spoilers. They're
mhm,
not from the 1600s, right?
mhm.
um but I think his intent was us to believe that they were from that era, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it was some sort of clever clue on his part. I think it was just bad writing.
Mhm,
um then the and it's weird, like, for you, the whole water thing with the aliens, which again, totally understand. But
mhm.
for me, the village, the idea, I mean, rich people are capable of a lot of things, but the idea that a bunch of rich people could buy a huge property and then wall it off and keep, I mean, this is obviously predates drones, but it doesn't predate helicopters. Like, how much money did they have to pay people to make that one plot of land a no fly zone? You know, I mean, like the amount of money that it would take uh for that to be pulled off, even pre modern AI drone technology, is just, it's unfathomable to me, and it just is
Hmm.
absolutely ludicrous. And then made even more hilariously so when you get to outside of the gate and there's like a single security guard. I mean, like, this place would require a private army to keep people away from it, right? And you've got to believe that there would be a huge amount of news, whole group of rich people disappear en masse. Oh, all of a sudden there's this walled off property in the middle of nowhere. I mean, people are going to put two and two together, right?
Man, your memory of it is so much more vivid. You know, you're recalling a lot of it more compared to me. But man, I just remember having a time like everything you're saying makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think about that as I was watching it about the planes. I didn't think of any of the logistics. But
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. That would completely ruin, completely immersion kill the movie. The more
right.
you think about it, just like the water does in in Signs. But that makes a lot of sense for me. I think what I enjoyed about it was the fact that it was time capsule, you know.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Um,
uh-huh.
and then as it kind of unfolds and you see it kind of happen, I enjoyed it, but I
Yeah.
didn't love it. You know, I just thought it was okay. You
I
know,
just think it
but
would have been a better movie if there weren't a twist. Like,
yeah.
if you just, I mean, the the linking mental disability to violence was not my favorite thing in the world,
Uh
obviously.
huh. Uh huh.
But
Yeah.
even with that in place, you didn't need the twist of it was all fake, right?
Hmm.
Like, with a little bit of adjusting, the whole twist could have been that it was this one character who was creating this false isolation for this small village, right?
Hmm.
And you could have turned it into almost a serial killer story, because he kind of was, to a certain extent, in the movie, a serial killer. And you could have leaned into that, but instead Shyamalan is just so obsessed with twists,
Hmm.
like he can't not like have that sort of, like, as Robot Chicken coined, what a twist, you know. um and I think that's one of the things I appreciated about Signs in particular, is like, yeah, okay, there was a twist in that the water was their weakness, and like
Hmm.
that ties into why the daughter was leaving water everywhere and why his wife said swing away, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't like, as central a conceit to the plot as Unbreakable or you know, The Sixth Sense was. But
Hmm.
then, like, in The Village, he really just wanted to lean back into that whole twist notion, and it just felt like it was a twist looking for a plot, or a plot looking for a twist, or however you want to break it down. But
Hmm. Hmm.
either way, it just, like, the whole ending of it felt completely unnecessary for what he was doing for the rest of that movie,
Hmm.
right? Like, the conspiracy could have been that they all knew, and they did, right? The people who mattered did know that Adrian Brody's character was killing people, right? And that could have been the conspiracy, that they knew about it and were letting him doing it anyway, right?
Hmm.
And you,
Hmm.
so you could still have the same message that, yada yada yada, whatever. Man is our own worst enemy. Man is the biggest enemy. Whatever. That's like a, classic trope.
Yeah.
And the movie would have, frankly, in my opinion, been better, right? The
Hmm.
whole, and like the twist about the real world was in the last minutes of the movie anyway, right?
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
I don't remember who the character was, but Adrian Brody falls into the pit, he dies, and they keep running, and they get outside of the security gate, and then that's when we realize it's a twist. But that all happens in like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So you could have totally cut that out, massaged it a bit to twist like, yeah, twist the plot so that the twist is just like, oh my god, this council of elders knew this one character was a serial killer all along and used this monster to cover it up. That would have been a pretty compelling twist in and of itself. Like, you didn't really need the whole, their a bunch of rich people pretending to be in the 16th century, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anywho,
Yeah. The more you talk about one lone security guard, they can't afford to hire
I mean,
more
I
than
just
one security
right. I
guard.
just laughed. I just like it. Just and of course it was M Night Shyamalan, but you don't see him directly. You see his like reflection in the computer monitor, and it's just like, dude,
Yeah.
you're not Hitchcock. Like
You're not
you should
Hitchcock.
stop trying to be Hitchcock.
It was cute to see him try it once or twice to kind of
Yeah.
give like an homage to Hitchcock. That's one thing. But if you keep reprising yourself in your own movies or TV shows, then it's getting kind of a little bit much. You know,
Well,
it's like, yeah, come on,
and
can't do
then
that.
the narcissism hits its peak in Lady in the Water, where he writes
Uh,
himself into the story as the novelist who's going to save the world, right? Like, it just was so unbelievable. Like, don't write yourself into that role, and like, don't. I mean, if you're gonna put yourself in the movie, at least have. But I guess at this point in his career, like, why put a check on your ego? You know?
yeah, it's true. He's made his money. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
it makes you wonder like how much he's actually made off of just Six Sense alone. Again, it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It still to me holds up. It's
Agreed.
still fun, you
Agreed.
know.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, The Sixth Sense is, in my opinion, unimpeachable. I mean, it's just a great thriller. It's a great ghost story. It's well acted, well cast, well
Yeah,
directed,
and it
really
was definitely
really
lightning in a
thoughtful.
bottle.
Yeah, it really.
Yeah,
And I think to a certain extent, I feel like he has been trying to rebottle that lightning again, and I just
yeah, and failing
yeah, yeah.
over and over and over again. Yeah.
But yeah, but I remember when The Sixth Sense came out and people were like, "Is this the new Steven Spielberg? Is the
Oh yeah, I
is
remember
this
that
the new
too.
Alfred Hitchcock?" And I'm like, "Whoa, okay, guys."
Yeah, yeah. Hold up, hold up.
He's done two movies and no one saw his first one. So like let's take a breath and like, let him make a
Yeah.
couple of more movies and see what happens.
Did you see it? I didn't know about his first one. Like, the one that put him on the map was Sixth
Yeah.
Sense. But what was it? What did he do before that?
I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was some super small indie movie.
Did you happen to see it?
No, I've never seen it.
Okay. It's like the same thing. Like when you kind of like think like George Lucas. Everybody talks about Star Wars, but he had American Beauty right
Yeah.
before that. I
Yeah, he
think.
directed that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just on IMDb here. Come on, let me see all of them. Previous, there we go. Where was it? Wide Awake is the one that I was talking about. But apparently he did
Oh.
one even earlier than that called Praying with Anger, and I don't remember either of them. Neither
Uh
one
huh.
of them have a particularly high rating on IMDb.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, 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 he's not like his score average is in the low fives according like all up above, looking at his oeuvre of film. Um, honestly, Servant has been the highest rated thing he's done.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Why?
I forgot about Trap, that horrible movie. It's
All
the
right.
one
Well,
with Josh Hartnett, where the
oh yeah, yeah. I saw that too. And it
yeah,
was just you just had to.
just
I just watched it with glazed eyes
yeah,
after a while.
it's just
It was pretty bad.
the idea that
Um,
she would do a double concert and the second one is just for fans or some nonsense. I don't even remember what the conceit was. And
it was
like
bad.
it was, I mean, as bad as some of his other conceits were, I can forgive Signs. But honestly, Trap makes The Village seem like a reasonable premise.
Yeah. What about did you ever see Devil?
No, I never saw Devil.
I like that one. That's a low key. That's a good one too. I
Okay.
like that one too. But now I'm kind of waiting. Like maybe if you ever go sit around to see it, if you want to watch a thriller,
Yeah.
and maybe check it out, and then I want to see if you can take it apart too. But
Okay.
yeah, I won't say much else about it. But what I liked about it is, you know, it's very limited. Pretty much takes place in an elevator, I think, for the most part.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I never saw this one.
Yeah, I think it's
He didn't direct it though. He only produced it.
Oh, he didn't direct that one.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't even give
yeah.
him full credit for that one. Who's the director on that one?
John Eric Dowdle, who I do not know.
Man, well, John Eric Dowell did a good job with that one. I thought it was good. I mean,
Yeah.
I just like the premise of it being all within one elevator, and you keep people's eyeballs for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the reviews were for it. I liked it. I didn't feel like I wasted my time watching it. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it was okay. It was good. It wasn't like, if you're gonna put it under the umbrella of M. Night Shyamalan movies, it's not his worst one, whether producing it or directing it. It's
Right,
it's
right, right,
it's
right.
it's just above the middle. I give it, if you're saying 1 to 10, it's in the sixes or sevens for that one.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So that one's up there as well. But yeah, but what's funny is, like, we're talking about, and the thing is, he always lands these great actors to come to show up and do stuff for him too,
It's
which
wild.
is,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know how he keeps getting people. I mean, well, I know how he keeps getting people because those movies make a shitload of money. They just don't make a shitload of money in the United States.
they just make a lot in France, and that's all he needs to do.
Yeah, in the international market. I mean, France loves him, but I mean, I think his movies are typically really successful outside of the United States. It's just
Wow.
he doesn't make movies that Americans particularly care for. And so, yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, it doesn't surprise me that he can keep drawing in these huge talents because it's a huge payday for them. I mean, they don't care where they get their money from, whether it's from American viewers or French viewers, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, you know, you can launder the money and get it clean and get all the French off of it.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's true. Um, yeah, what's funny is, even though I was talking about The Village, I forgot about Adrian Brody being in that movie.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like, yeah, but speaking of a fun actor, I always enjoy his stuff too.
Oh, I
I don't know
love
if you,
Adrian Brody. Yeah, he's a great
so
actor.
it's funny, like, and I know it's not fair, but my favorite movie that he's, now that we're kind of transition away from M. Night Shyamalan as fast as we can, um, I think, I liked him. I think my favorite role recently with him, I know he's done stuff with, um, uh, Wes Anderson, stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I liked him in Predators. I thought he was
yeah.
great in Predators.
We've talked about this on the stream. I love that movie. It
Yeah,
kills me to this day that it is not
it
held
should
up
be
in the
number.
pantheon. Yeah,
It should be top. It should be Arnie's movie, and then maybe Predators comes second. As much as I
for
hate to
me.
say it, because I like Predators too. I mean, I like
Yeah,
Predator 2 a lot.
yeah,
Because only
same.
because they changed it up so much. They went to the city. I mean, it's really
Right,
cool.
right, right.
Um, but Predators is, I can watch it any day, anytime. I love the setup. I like the casting. It was great.
Yep,
It's just a great movie.
yep. Agreed.
But I don't know if you kept up with the Aliens or Predator franchise of stuff lately.
No, I mean,
But
I still haven't watched Alien Earth, and I didn't watch Alien Romulus, and I haven't seen
yeah,
Predator Badlands either. And it's not that I'm avoiding them.
okay,
It's just like, well, there's other things to watch. I'll add it to my list, and then eventually one of these days I'll do like a binge or something, and I'll catch up on all of it.
yeah.
I did see Prey, but that was the last in those two franchises that I saw.
What
And I
was Prey again?
Prey was
Because there's
the Native
the
American
Native American
Predator,
one. Yeah,
yeah, and it was
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was a little bit ridiculous. Uh, like the the idea where you have Arnie and an entire army of mercenaries
Mhm.
trying to defeat this one predator and
Yeah,
barely
and then
being
they
able to do
barely
it.
do it, and then
And then
everybody
in
dies.
Prey, it's just her the whole
Mhm.
movie, and like just it was like
Yeah,
that.
when you compare it that way,
But like other than the ridiculousness of going from an entire mercenary force with the most advanced technology humans had at that point to, you know, a lone Native American with a tomahawk on a rope. You know,
mhm.
it was just sort of like, okay, if
Yeah,
you say
if you
so.
zoom out, look at it that way, I could see that. Here's my whole thing is, after consuming all these Predator movies now,
Yeah.
it at least for me, if I want to be a fanboy, the way I excuse that is there's different skill levels to these Predators. So the
Sure.
one that Arnie
Sure.
got was Apex, was like
Sure.
mastery, like he was complete. He was a badass Predator. The one that she got in Prey was either a teenager or younger, or somebody that's still learning their way and was making rookie mistakes as an adolescent Predator. I don't know if that's actually the case, but that director, or whoever that is that did that
Yeah,
one, he's kind of had
Trachtenberg,
the,
Dan Trachtenberg.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's kind of had the keys to the Predator franchise since that movie.
Yeah, he has.
And I've seen other content that's kind of come under his umbrella. And and this is the whole other thing where I gotta have to wait for you to catch up, and maybe if you ever get around to seeing these, then we
Yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
have more of a debate about it. But I feel like as I've watched the Trachtenberg era of Predator stuff, I've seen that like where he's adding different degrees of what predators are and a culture and stuff like that. Now, to me, there's this debate, but I don't want to do it by myself. And I'll wait for you. Is I don't know if I like that or not. There's a
Uh-huh.
certain thing where if you keep mining your material, you potentially diminish it because you're removing mystery from it
Yep.
a little bit.
Yep.
Layers and layers keep getting whittled away, and the human imagination goes away as a
Right.
result of that because it's getting answered for you, and maybe the answer is not what you really want to see. But the Trachtenberg one that was animated, I can't remember what it's called, Predator
Yeah, the one on
something,
Hulu. Yeah.
the one Hulu. Great it was great to watch animation wise. You know, I loved watching it. But this as soon like a lot of the issues you brought up with Prey, they show up in that as well. And now as a fanboy, I can
Yeah.
say, oh, well, now in Prey, that makes sense why she was able to kick that one's ass because in the other one, the animated one, you see varying degrees of how good these predators are or not. And in the most recent one in Predator Badlands, which I
Right.
really enjoyed actually, if you want to be entertained and have fun with it, it's really fun. But again, it really touches on that whole thing too,
Yeah, I
in
mean, I
that
know
one as
that he's
well.
sort of like a failing
Mm,
student or
mm-hmm,
something, and
mm-hmm.
he's like an
Yeah.
underdog, and he has to,
Yep.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
and then he finds that
So
Wayland Yutani. I don't know what the android has to do with it, but
it's the way
yeah,
to tie it in with, ever since the comic books came out in the 90s with Alien versus Predator, they've been wanting to keep tying them together in the same
yeah,
universe.
yeah,
That's just their latest attempt. But it's always, I do feel like it's a good mix. I think Aliens and Predator really mix well together. I think it's just fun to see them go at it,
yeah.
movie behemoths always going at each other. But here's the problem again, going back to this whole layering thing. In Predator, I don't want to, I'm not going to break, I don't want to ruin too much or taint too much. And again, I'm debating with myself. My whole issue is, and this is with any kind of alien type of stuff, is we as humans always put more human stuff into them. Also,
Yeah,
next thing you know, that a predator's dating somebody else, like they're going
right,
out and going to the
right,
drive-in, but they're not. But that's the alien version of it. Like, but why? Like,
yeah.
why do they have to be? Why do they have to always emulate humans? But I guess human psyche, we
Well,
can't go too far out of ourselves, and it's sort of weird. Back to
yeah,
this whole term of narcissism in a
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Humans as from narcissism, we do the same thing, right? With our content. Anyway, it's one of the throw that
I
at you.
no, I don't disagree. I also think too, it's the nature of storytelling. Man versus unknowable monster. You can like there's only so many times you can tell that with the same monster before that monster stops being scary, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if the predator and the alien, or especially the predator, because it is presented as so intelligent in an almost comprehensible way. At a certain point, like you can't just keep doing the same thing. You have to like do something else with the predator. Otherwise, the audience is going to be like, I've already seen this movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think the alien, because it's more horror than Predator will be. You can kind of get away with the alien just sort of being this unknowable creature,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is intelligent, but it's intelligent in a primordial pack hunter kind of way,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? Or not necessarily pack hunter, but a hunter kind of way, apex
Yeah.
predator kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And uh and so in that same vein, the alien works the same way Jason Voorhees works.
Yeah.
Uh right, and your mileage will vary on that. And you've seen that. Like they've over the years, different creators have tried to put their spin on the Alien franchise and revitalize it a little bit to varying degrees of success. Um and again, it's because after a certain point, watching the same monster do the same thing to the same kind of people who really realistically should not be in this situation anymore, it just there's fatigue that comes from it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Pretty much. But I mean, I guess that's why they keep trying to tie the two franchises together so that we do have that visceral. Predator type of thing, even when Predator's kind of becoming more human.
Yeah.
You still have that crazy unkillable monster thing kind of lurking in the shadows,
Yeah.
I guess. But that part still works. But yeah, I'll wait for you to catch up and watch, and maybe one of these days, I don't know if you ever have time to watch thriller type of movies like that these days, but or if you're in the mood for that type of stuff. But Alien Romulus is really good, really well done movie. And the Trachtenberg era of Predators are solid, but mileage may vary. I think I'm very
Right.
curious to see
Right.
what you say as we have
Okay.
as we reserve a future debate for this
Right.
someday.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Um, and then meanwhile, on my side, I did start playing Stellar Blade a little bit
Uh-huh.
more. I think I'm close to the end of the game.
Okay.
Really, it's a really well made game, but um, yeah, it's kind of weird. Like we're in an era with games where you've kind of been there, done that. And there's nothing too new that it brings to the table. There's some interactions with battle that's kind of fun, I guess. But I just kind of feel myself kind of going through and going, yeah, I've kind of done this before. Wait for the opening, stabby stab, jump out, avoid, stabby stab. Whether it's
Yep.
Monster Hunter or Dark Souls, it's had a long time to mature.
Yep.
That type of loop. Um,
I'm starting to hit that kind of fatigue too recently. I've been noticing that where it's just like, you know what? I don't want to parry anymore. You know what? I don't want to dodge roll anymore. I've parried and dodge rolled a million times, and I don't know. I'm kind of like ready to do something else. And I don't know what that something else is. Smarter game designers than I will eventually come up with something, but
mhm,
yeah, I'm starting to get a little fatigued. Just like I got fatigued on Ubisoft style open world games, I'm getting
mhm.
somewhat fatigued on the whole parry dodge roll era of modern video game combat. You know.
Yeah, and this is coming from a Monster Hunter guy, and
Yeah.
you're saying that.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I saw Stellar Blade and it's like, this looks fine.
Mhm.
Um, it looks very pretty. I played the demo, but yeah, I mean, I was just like, yeah, this doesn't like it does feel a little cookie cutter to me, right? I mean,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
love taking ingredients that I know from a bunch of different stuff and combining
Yeah.
it in really interesting ways. I mean, I've waxed intellectual about South of Midnight for quite a long time about like that's a
Mhm.
master class and like taking a bunch of different things that work and putting them together in an interesting way. So there's nothing innovative in terms of game mechanics, but what is innovative with it is how well they blend the different systems together, right?
Mhm.
But Stellar Blade is just like, yeah, I've played Bayonetta, I've played Nier Automata, I've played like, and all of these games have exactly, and I've played to a lesser extent, some of the Souls like, so I know how the combination combat systems work, and it just doesn't feel like there was. It literally just felt like, well, this is the formula that works, so we're going to do this exact formula down to the final checkpoint, and maybe I'm wrong. Like I didn't play through the whole thing, so it's
Mhm.
it's a it's a half formed judgment. But yeah, that was kind of the sense that I got was just like, yeah, this kind of feels like a checklist game.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you like dystopian futures and all that kind of stuff, which always seems to be, it's always on game designers'
Oh
minds
yeah,
these
always,
days.
always.
Yeah, they really do flesh out that world quite a bit. Um, I'm not going to play spoiler, but there is a spoiler three. I where I'm at in the game where it says, "Oh, this is the big reveal." It's like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, I see that coming a mile
yeah,
away,
yeah, yeah,
that kind
yeah,
of thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that might be just because I'm old and I've played too many of these games now to kind of see that coming. But maybe younger players would be really into that type of thing. That's the thing. Once you get too old, I guess you start to kind of
Uh,
see too much and
I don't
get
believe
jaded
that.
or whatever.
I don't believe that. I can be surprised by art
Yeah,
still. And,
yeah,
and no one would accuse me of not consuming media.
yeah. Yeah. So maybe there is some hope for me.
Yeah, yeah. I just think Stellar Blade, they just weren't trying that hard. Like they again were making kind of a checklist game, and
Hmm.
I know what reveal you're talking about, and that's a pretty
Oh,
tropey video game reveal.
yes. Oh, yeah, it
Like I've
was.
seen it in
I,
like 1,000 fucking games, so it
that's
wasn't
and I
like
chuckled.
yeah.
I chuckled a little bit on
And it's
that.
like it's like yeah, we know no one is fooled by this.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But
kind of
yeah,
embarrassing that the character that I'm playing as hasn't actually figured this out yet. You know.
yeah, that it does. It adds a little more comedic gold to it. Like what
Yeah, and you're
kind of
like,
thing. Yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
then
just no, no, don't be surprised, please. This is unbecoming of
yeah,
you.
yeah,
So yeah, um,
yeah.
but anyway, yeah, that's again, that's the vibe that I got from it. Is it felt more like a checklist game than really trying to
Hmm.
do mix familiar ingredients to create something new.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
Well, at this point, I think I'm in a pretty good spot for mayor. I've animated him saying pretty much what's the rush. I'll put in the audio clip for it later.
okay,
But yeah, so all the movements there from him go, what's the rush?
okay,
So I'll
great.
put that in a pretty good spot, I think, for tonight. Um, but yeah, then we'll resume war, and I'll do a quest to see if I could find the missing scenes that we worked on a couple weeks back. But
Okay,
whatever,
all
we'll
right.
figure that out.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I guess we will call it there then for the evening. We will be off air again next week because I will, well, theoretically be in Boston. Who the hell knows with the way airports are going right now? But
Ah, man.
um, I will likely be in Boston on Monday, returning on Tuesday. So then the week after will be. So it's we've been on a sort of a bi-weekly every other weekly cadence recently, but things are slowing down. This is my last major trip for the foreseeable future,
Okay,
and then yeah, I'll finally stop being on airplanes once or
man, you
twice a
you
month.
you got to give your body a rest. I mean, I think it's yeah. I don't know how
From
people that do it for a living, like pilots.
it's wild.
I don't know how they do it.
Well, I mean,
You
pilots
know.
at least are sitting in a cockpit, not with the hoi polloi in the fucking fuselage.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I just assume it's shared air though, so but yeah, I think you're right that you're not arm to arm
Yeah,
with
yeah,
other people hacking away or whatever.
yeah.
But cool. Yeah. So then yeah, not next week, but the week after.
1 second.
Mhm.
Sorry, I unplugged my
Yeah.
headphones there, so I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, no worries. So not next week, but the week
The
after.
week after
We'll
we'll be
resume.
back. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so thanks for tuning in. No one tuned in live as usual, but that's fine. We do get views after the fact from time to time. So for those of you who are tuning in after the fact, thanks for watching us. If you want to consider heading over to calamityjane.rocks, that'll take you to our Patreon site. There you can subscribe and help us make this cartoon reality. We're also on Facebook and YouTube, and if you go to Calamity Jane Salamander at Instagram, we post. It's just another spot where we like to post stuff. So in the meantime, we will call it there and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good night, everybody, and stay safe out there. Good night.
Good night.